psycho-social economic transformation. And of course, several government projects have been brought to help the youth and even the general public of Uganda. But in this evening, in this particular discussion, we are going to look in particularly into Emyooga. And Emyooga is one of the projects, the programs that the government has actually brought to help the citizens of Uganda, and of course eliminate poverty in our area. I'm going to start with this very important question. How is the progress of Emyooga in the city, the area where you are?
Thank you, the moderator. My name is Ezama. I am the Deputy RCC in charge of Central Division. Listeners, we are here to discuss about Emyooga and also the progress of Emyooga. In the first place, I used to come to radio to talk about Emyooga when I was the regional coordinator of Emyooga. And I have been the regional coordinator for almost 2 years and a half. Then later also I received a different appointment which changed my portfolio. So currently I'm the Deputy RCC. So I am not going to talk as a regional coordinator, but I am going to talk as the Deputy RCC in charge of Central Division. And Emyooga is a presidential initiative among other projects. This is a project or program which was rolled around 2018 to empower our community members. Emyooga is a local word, the set of different skills coming together to form association with the aim of benefiting to tap opportunities of getting funds from government. But when Emyooga was brought, number of issues rose up. People started politicizing Emyooga because Emyooga came at the time when we were approaching towards elections. People took it in a different perspective, thinking that this was aimed at bringing appetite for voting and so on. But that was not the intention. The intention of Emyooga was to allow people access a seed capital. When we said seed, this means it is a fund that is to be revolved in the hands of so many people. Yes. So Emyooga was brought to empower 18 categories of enterprises, ranging from Boda Circle, PWDs, elected leaders, these market vendors, produce buyers, saloon operators, even the media fraternity. They also have their Emyooga circle.
Yes.
Now this money is 30 million per a circle. And these circles originate right at constituency level. That's why you see they will say Arua Central Constituency Circle, Ive East Constituency Circle, Ive West Constituency Circle. Now, when people access this money, as I said, people thought it was an appreciation by president to make people vote for him and so on. A lot of things happened, but that was not the case. That's why so many people misuse the money. So many people misuse the money, but a few, those who took it in a very genuine reason, they benefited out of it. Up to now they are still benefiting, because this is a program. It is not when it is a project has a specific timeline, but this is a program that is made to move, to grow, to multiply. That's why it is called the seed capital. When you plant a seed, you expect it to get multiplied, to grow. So, Emyooga, this 30 million, other people have reached 100 million. Others are still limping. Others have even mismanaged the capital. So it depends on the interest of each group or association that owns the program. Those who said this is our program, we need to make use of it, we must keep it very well, are doing well. And to the extent the government has brought another fund, additional fund, which is 20 million. But this fund is accessed depending on the performance of each category of enterprise or circle. When you have performed very well, you have records very well, you have managed the first bunch of the money very well, it has started growing, you have offices which are active and accessible, eventual microfinance support center, which is the entity meant to manage this program, will come and give you additional fund of 20 million to make it 50. But for the case of Arua City, only one circle was able to access the 20 million because most of the circles lack the criteria. They did not meet the requirement for accessing the what? The 20 million.
What is the problem exactly?
This one comes to the issue of the challenges. One of the issues, I have a number of issues, you know, before coming to give people an account of how people are performing with Emyooga, I've done a lot of research, both with the entity that manages the what? The program, that is the Microfinance Support Center. I also liaise with a few people at the district, that is the commercial officer, but also I, as the member of the task force committee of Emyooga. You know, Emyooga chairman task force is the office of the RDC or RCC. Eventually, when I am in this portfolio as a deputy RCC, I have a lot of information about Emyooga.
Yes.
Not only that, right from the inception of this program, I've been the regional coordinator. So I have a lot of knowledge about this program.
That's true.
Therefore, why people have been, you know, failing to access the additional fund, it depends on the others, their behaviors of other leaders. Because when you fail to manage the program, eventually you not access. One, accountability issues. The 30 million which government had already given to the circle, how has it helped the beneficiaries? When they borrowed the money, did they return it? How much have you so far recovered out of the 30 million you dispersed to the beneficiaries? If you have failed to recover, meaning that you might have given this money in wrong hands. Two, you know, people are supposed also get a permanent certificate, the certification of the circle. The first certificate given to the circle was a kind, like, it was an interim certificate, which would work for only 2 years. If you fail to perform, it is at the discretion of the Office of the Microfinance Support Center, together with the Ministry of Trade and Cooperative, to either give you the permanent registration or refuse to give you, because there are requirements you are supposed to meet before getting the what? The permanent certificate. So now those who access the 20 million, these are people who met the requirements to access the additional fund of 20 million. One, you must have fully registered your circle as a permanent registered circle with the Ministry of Trade and Cooperative through Microfinance Support Center with the help of commercial officer of the city. When you fail to do that, that's one of the core requirements to access the what? The fund. 2, the issue of accountability. You are supposed to get an independent auditor. The auditor is supposed to audit your books of accounts and prepare you books of accounts, which you are to present to Microfinance Support Center. That eventually translates to how you have been managing the resources. Now, then Microfinance Support Center has also, as the entity to manage this program, have their competent auditors who comes to audit these circles. When they audit the circle, if they find it fit that you can get and access the money, they will give you. But if the books of accounts are not, if they don't match with the audit report of the Microfinance Support Center, eventually you will not access the what? The fund. Other challenges are related to the leadership of the circle. There is a bit of incompetence in the leadership of other circles. You realize someone is leading people, but he doesn't know the direction where the circle is supposed to go. Because these circles, these are small banks in communities, given to help the community. So if you are a leader of any institution that keeps finances and you do not have a vision, you don't know how to use the policy documents, eventually you will take the circle into a wrong direction. That's why some people failed because of bad leadership. There are also tendencies of corruption. To the extent some leaders even borrow this money, refuse to refund, refuse to pay it back. These are the leaders within the circle. You realize a chairman or treasury secretary borrows this money. He has used his position to make sure that he accesses the money. But taking back the money becomes a problem. Now, when you don't take the money back, as a chairman, as a secretary, as a treasurer, how will you recover the money from the rest of the people? They will say, so and so has borrowed, but he has refused to pay back the money. You get the point? So those are some of the challenges that has caused the people not to access the additional fund. Besides that, even there is also connivance among the members and the leadership. You can be the chairman of the circle, but some of the beneficiaries are your relatives. They don't have business to borrow this money and inject in. But because this person is your relative, you induce the committee to pay to give this person the loan. Now the person mismanages the money, bringing it back is a problem. Now since he's a relative, you cannot enforce. Enforcement becomes what? A problem. So these are the issues caused by the circles themselves. That's why they fail to access the money. But again, there are also issues attached with the training of the circle leaders and the members. Some circles are not properly trained. They do not access fully the training. They are supposed to have some sort refresher courses to issues with the financial literacy, minor record keeping, and basic management skills and so on. This one needs to be done either quarterly, it can be annually, or at least 3-4 months to come. They need to be added with the more skills and so on. But some of the members only access the first training, they did not access additional trainings in relation to management of these circles and so on. That's about why people fail to access. However, there are also some committed circles, regardless of these additional things and so on. They were able to perform because someone owns this thing. said, this is our program. We really need to own it. We need to give support. We need to manage it well. We need to inject it in a right business. Such people, such leaders in some of the circles made their circles perform well. Some of these lists of the circles, I have few of them, around the 4 best performing circles within Arua City. We have Ivu East Constituency Welders Circle. This is the best circle all over. It has even accessed the 20 million, meaning that government is able to give them additional fund of 20 million to make it now 50. But I cannot currently tell how much they have accumulated. But these people are close to 100 million now. They have very good money. You see? So because of the commitment they have, the ownership of the project, program, they have realized the benefit and they got the additional fund. But there are also these other ones, they have performed very well, minus accessing the 20 million additional fund. That is Central Division Constituents, that is the Market Vendors Circle. These people are doing very well. They are performing very well. Their circle is doing well. We have also Ivu West Constituency Women Entrepreneurs. These ones are over 100 million. These people are over 100 million. If some people can within 2 to 3 years make 30 million grow beyond 100 million, that is the level of commitment and seriousness people have in this program. And I have treated this program as one of the best successful ever program government has brought to people. So, another one is a Central Division PWDs Circle. These are people with the disabilities. They are performing very well. They have their records, they have their offices, the money is revolving and so on. So meaning that these 4 circles becomes a model, kind of circles that actually we expect some of the circles to come and learn from them.
Maybe in total,
Yes.
how many circles does the city have?
You just add the 18, you calculate 18 times 3. Yes. Because in each constituency we have 18 circles. If you put 18 plus 18, that's around 36. You add also another 18. I think there will be close to 50 something. Around 54 or something. Yes. These are the circles. Now in each constituency, government is able to inject more than 540 million. So meaning that the city alone has over 1.6 billion. Because for the case of elected leaders, these are actual people who are more or less political. Their money was right at the beginning, it was 50 million. So meaning that they had that extra 20 million. So if you calculate 30 by 18 and you add the other one, I think it is more than 540 million per constituency. That is the money the government has injected in the community per constituency. A constituency is that I don't know whether we call it administrative unit. It is not an administrative unit, but this is where a member of parliament comes. It is the collection of the different parishes and even divisions making a constituency where an MP comes from. So such entity is having 18 different circles, which is worth 540 million times 3. That is the money government has injected in Emyooga for the city, for Arua City. I may, people are outside there. Some people might say, but the deputy is talking about these circles of the city, but up to Ivu. For us as a deputy RCC, we have areas of jurisdiction. I am the deputy of the city, but in charge of
The central.
The central. It doesn't mean that when I am the deputy in charge of central, I cannot talk about IVE. Even my colleague IVE, if he's here, it doesn't mean he cannot talk about here. Because, for example, when my senior is at times out, he leaves me in the office. Then I become the entire, RCC of the city.
Yes.
So I cannot say that I only want to,
focus in that particular.
Converge my mind into just focusing on the central whatever. No, even equal my colleague.
Yeah.
He can do the same. Now, since I have a vast knowledge about Emyooga right from the inception, so I know the entire city how it is performing about Emyooga. But only that when at times it comes the issue of doing monitoring. If my colleague is doing monitoring the other side, I can do within the within the central division. But our report from the commercial office cuts across, because the commercial office of the city has the entire records with him. When we ask for, or we demand for a report or accountability on Emyooga, the commercial officer gives us a comprehensive report, which is for the consumption of the office of the RCC, where I am there, my senior is there, my colleague in IVE is also there. So we share the same information for our benefit and the benefit of the community. So when I talk here, I have done the research, I have known how most of these circles are performing. But however, there are also the worst performing circles, which I feel I should also read them for the benefit of the community.
Yeah.
They will sort themselves of why they are not performing well. And the background of all this is that we are going to do a comprehensive monitoring. And after that monitoring, we are going to do enforcement. Why are some people deliberately refusing to pay? We shall subject you to explain why you are not paying. Because this is a revolving fund. It's not money for you alone. You have one of the members in the community who has not accessed this money, but is your member in the circle. He has not accessed the money, not because he doesn't want, but because the fund is not enough. The fund is in the hands of other people who have failed to pay, which has made him not to access the fund. So we want to compel others to pay such that the rest of the members can also benefit.
Maybe before you read out the worst circles, let's go and understand this clearly. Who is the right person to benefit from PDM, Emyooga fund? Because somebody will say, you talk about constituency, like for example, IVE, but somebody will say, I belongs to youth, I'm a youth. And then others will say, I belongs to another category. So also in the group here of the youth, there are some specific people who are supposed to benefit from this fund. So who is the rightful person who can benefit from this fund?
The rightful person who will benefit is actually the person who is willing to access the money. Because the 18 categories, I don't think he has put aside anyone. Because one, the disability people are there. The youth are there. The elected leaders are there. The produce dealers are there. The market vendors are there. Border borders are there. Welders are there. Carpenters are there. You have seen this?
Yeah.
If you are a businessman who deals in enterprise, you are already an entrepreneur. You will benefit. If you said, I am dealing in produce, not other types of enterprises, you will benefit because produce is there. You are a handworking person, that is a carpenter. You have your tools to make furniture, you will benefit. Yours is there. You are a welder. You weld the doors and so on. You can access the what? The money. And then, even the teachers have Emyooga, but theirs was channeled under Ministry of Education. You remember some time back, they said the money for teachers was eaten. That is their administrative issue now. Government had given them even bigger share of the money. So, most of the people are there. it was only specific the civil servants who are not beneficiaries. But again, there are some civil servants who are businessmen. If you have a business, if you are a produce dealer, and you are a civil servant, you can use that business to access the money. You see that? But the business must be yours, and the name of the business must be in your names, and the trading license and so on. You become a member of the circle, then you access the money.
That takes me to another question.
Yes.
The issue, all the procedures of formulating this circle. Because, for example, in Ivu East,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
in this Ivu East, the use of, let's say, Oluwadri,
Yes.
may say, I cannot go to Aroi, maybe to form a group that side.
Yes.
So, what is the procedure like? This
First
formulation, this circle.
Okay, fine. You know, Emyooga circles are formed by the members associations. There are so many associations. For the case of produce and market vendors, you realize even the associations are more than 100 in one circle.
True.
You get the point? So if you are in Ulodi, assuming Ulodi is a parish, we would now put, or if not Paris or ward, we would put Ulodi Youth Association, Emyooga Association.
But under Ivu.
Under Ivu East.
Okay.
You get the point? So there are series of associations originates from Paris. When it is a district, it is Paris. If it is the city, it is ward. So, like for the case of the city, there are so many wards. So each ward is having different associations. The association names starts with the name of the ward. If assuming it is Tanganyika, for example, it starts with the, you can say if you are carpenter group, you say Tanganyika Ward Carpenters Emyooga Association. Now this association pays some membership. I think it was 200,000 as an association. You pay a membership to now join the circle.
Okay.
At the constituency level, it is 200,000. As an association, if you are 20 members, you know membership starts from 7 to 30. In each association, the members start from 7 to 30. If you are like, for example, if you are 30, you can say each person make a registration within the association at 10,000. Now, when each person contributes 10,000, that money translates to 300,000. You will save your 100,000 within your association. You take the 200,000 to register your membership to the circle, which is at the constituency level. The constituency circle issues for you a receipt for membership, which you will have that receipt with you. Now, such members are not few. You realize there are 100 different associations. If, for example, if you are 100 associations, each one pays 200, you are liable to have 20 million. In the bigger circle, that one becomes part of the capital of the circle. You get the point? Now, when you add the 30 million on top of that 20, you already have 50 million. Now, when you have that 50 million, they are in the formation of the leadership. There are audit committee, there are loan committee, there are supervisory committee. Now there is now the core, which is now the chairman, secretary, and the treasurer. This is now the board. Now, these people, these leaders, have different roles. For you to access that money, the loan committee has to visit the association, how the association is performing. Because under your association, you'll have done your weekly savings. Whether if you said it is minimum 5,000 per week, each member comes, you converge in the morning, you have your meeting, the agenda is the prayers, introduction, then contribution, then closer. You make your contributions. If you are 30 people with the 5,000 per week, that is 150. You keep the records very well, you have books of accounts, you have your safe and so on. Now, the leadership of the circle will send the loan committee to come and visit your association, to check your records, check your businesses. And then you will apply for the money. You put the application to the circle. If you request like 5 million, for example, if my business is for chapati, or if I'm a produce dealer, I would say, okay, I need to buy 2 bags of either cassava. I will take it for grinding and I sell. If your money is you need a loan of maybe money like 200,000, you put your application for 200,000 as the individual. That one puts either 300, that one puts 500. The total amount of the money, if it is 3 million or 5 million, you will make now a joint requisition loan application. You present it to the circle leadership through the loan committee. Now, loan committee, after having done the assessment, will recommend you for that money. Then the circle will put the money either in your account or you will sign it as a cash. You sign the vouchers and so on. You will now come and take this money within the association according to your requisition as a person, individually actually. Then you make use of the money. Initially, the money is supposed to stay with you for 4 months. You take it back. Another also 4 months you borrow. You get the point? In a year, it's supposed to be 3 times borrowing, but it must rotate. But recently, around the last year, the president's guidance was different. The president said no. His guidance for the minister was that the money must be 1 year in the hands of the what? A person who borrows. So that this person, the beneficiary, such that the beneficiary is to make maximum use of the money, where he makes what? A profit out of it. By the time he takes back the money when he has already benefited. Actually, in other words, he said his interest was not about the money growing in the microfinance support center. Because when people pay this money back, they pay it with some small interest. So, I think someone, according to his intelligence information, was that it is a microfinance support center making profit out of the money. He said his interest is not the bank making profit out of the money. He wants the individuals, the beneficiaries, the members, the vulnerable people who are 39% community down there to make profit out of the money, not the microfinance support center. That was his word. Then there, people have to reduce the issue of enforcement until even some loans have stayed for 2 years. Now, according to him, when loan reaches 1 year, the enforcement is supposed to be done so that people pay. When people pay, someone will say, I have used this money for 1 year, then eventually I've already made money. Because the interest of the money was actually 10% per annum. So when you borrow 1 million, 10% of 1 million, that is what?
100.
It is 100. You get the point? But it was actually monthly 1% of the money. Meaning that you are in 1 million in a month, you are supposed to pay only 10,000 out of 10,000 out of 1 million. So it was a very good initiative that could empower people. So because some people having their different, thinking, someone will say, this money is free money, what? People end up mismanaging the what? The money. Yes.
Let me add something small.
Yes.
This very explanation that you have just did.
Yes.
It is very crucial.
Yes.
Actually, in this show,
Yes.
no one has ever explained
Yes.
into details.
Yes.
How I wish this could be in the local language so that somebody else there would actually understand better.
Because I am trained to
Yes.
manage Emyooga when I was the regional coordinator.
Yes.
No, we were taken to Chigumba commercial school. That one that deals with the circles and so on. Cooperatives.
Yeah.
Chigumba cooperatives were taken there, and then from there we were taken to Chankwas for 3 months. About how are we going to deal with this program, because the president's idea was a vulnerable 39% must benefit fully. Then also those who have money in their businesses, but the capital may not be enough, should they have access to this? Because, you know, the issue of banks overcharging people because of interest requirements are very hard to access money is the reason why president is actually rolling institutions of finance to the lowest person down there. They want people to access money at any appropriate time. When someone says, I need money to go and either buy my produce, he's able to get it today. Unlike a bank, you take it 2 weeks. They're still coming at your home, taking photos. Where is your LC? Where are they? This. Even after submitting all this, the committees are still talking their things there. You take 1 full month, you have not got the money. That one is what president is trying to minimize. Want to make sure that our people are able to access money at the right time they need it possible. So, some of the people do not understand the concept of Emyooga very well. To the extent, one time we went to do monitoring with the national team in Maracha. People gave the money, they didn't know how much they're supposed to pay back. And when. By then, the policy was 4 months. These people gave money for 1 year, they didn't tell people how the money could come back. Close to 1 billion was issued out.
Imagine.
Yes, it happened. So we could not blame the beneficiaries. We knew that the problem was now the leadership, the technical leadership of the district. That is the area of, by then it was area of the commercial officer. We even met her, by then it was a lady. The national team told her, you didn't know what you are doing. Why couldn't you meet the microfinance support center to have enough information? Then you do the work.
Actually, that is where the problem is.
Yes.
People, they just know there is money for Emyooga, but how to assess is where the problem is. And of course, when the expert comes to the radio like this, they only talk about those who are the big things, the challenges and what. But this explanation that they've just did, it is a very important one. So to you, our dear listener, we want to say thank you so much for being part of the program. This is UBC West Nile Baraza here on UBC West Nile. Alan Manyara is my name, and of course my guest is Ham Muzamil Ezama, who is the Deputy Resident City Commissioner in charge of Arua Division, Central Division. And let's take a very short break. We shall be coming back, and of course when we come back, I'll be opening my studio line. You will also be part of the discussion, because I see people already. Of course, you were talking about their worst performing circles within the city. Which are those?
Thank you, moderator and the listeners. As I said, we have information about the Emyooga, ranging from how it is performing, the management issues, the challenges, the solutions. We have them, but the categories of Emyooga which are failing to perform, they are there. We picked a few of them. If you have not listened your name, it doesn't mean that you are among the best. We leave the ones who are not performing very well, but who are not completely bad. The moderate ones, we leave them there.
Yeah.
Because you know these 54 circles are not. This number is huge.
Yeah.
We can't talk about each of them. We pick samples, the best and also the worst. The worst circles, we also picked around 4 of them, which are listed here. I have this. Let me give you. We have Ive West Constituency Youth Leaders Circle. These ones are performing badly. So let them come and tell us where their challenges are. They meet the commercial officer. They even meet the team from Microfinance Support Center, so that they can be helped. Then another one is Central Division Constituency Local Leaders Circle. The local leaders of the central constituency, which is the center of the city here, are doing bad. They are not performing well. Even to almost getting their office is becoming a problem. Because these circles are run in the offices. The office is like the bank. So if there is a bank there called the bank, but you cannot access it, you cannot see where it is. So meaning that there is a problem. Then we also have this one. There is also the Ive Constituency Local Leaders Circle. There was a Central Constituency Local Leaders Circle. There is also Ive East Local Leaders Constituency Circle. We also have Ive East Borders Circle. So these categories of circles need to come up. They need to come and explain where their challenges are. They will be helped. We don't want to look for them. It doesn't look good. Because this information is in the records of Microfinance Support Center. It is with even the commercial office. So, in 2 weeks to come, or after next week, as I told you, we are going to have a comprehensive monitoring of these circles as the office of the RCC. We want to know how these people are performing. And we already have information about them. By the way, there are some members who are the ones raising this complaint that we are doing badly. The reasons are with the others are with their leaders. Others are with specific borrowers, those who borrowed the money and they refuse to pay, but they are there. So we want to go and do monitoring. When we reach to your office, we want to tell you we are coming to see the office, first of all. How is the office doing? Who is in the office? What do you do in that office? How do you keep the fund? How have you been disbursing the fund? Are you giving to the right person? Are you giving to wrong people? Because if someone is not a member, he has not registered under that association, you cannot borrow him the money. If you borrow the money to that person, then there is already a problem. If you loan that money out to a person who has not full registered himself in the circle, that's already a problem. So we want to check this. After having checked, we come up with our report. Then we build a committee to start doing the enforcement. In that team of the enforcement, if it's necessary, it might also need a police. Because for me, I don't want to sugarcoat issues. We are coming physically. These stories of commercial officer going and loan microfinance officer go will not work this time.
So you are going as a team.
As a team. Now, some of these members, even to the extent they have not accounted for this money, but they have gone to corrupt also the PDM money. Now, if you have benefited twice, you have been in Emyooga, you didn't pay, you also go to PDM, you have a problem. That is, we need to tell that one clearly. So, we want this money to help the members all to benefit. You can't own it alone. If you have made use of it, you also give it to another person to benefit. So these ones who are not performing well, the reason might be they have borrowed, they refuse to pay back.
Yeah.
But if you are not performing well because you did not use the money, it is better compared to you have taken it, but you refuse to pay back, and the business is not there, meaning that you have eaten the money. But it is fair also, if you have borrowed the money, the business has grown, the money is in the business. That explanation is far much better than a person who has borrowed, he has eaten, and even again, the business doesn't exist. Here we can have issue with you. But when I go at your business premises, you tell me by the time you borrowed this money, your capital was 1 million. This time you have 5 million. You had borrowed 2 million. I will know that you know that 2 million added on 1, it is 3. 3 has gone to 5. You have made a profit of 2 million. You have done it well. You see that? That is self-explanatory. It can be seen. Then we can give you benefit of doubt to say, okay, prepare either in a period of 1 month, you now bring the money back so that it is given to other members. But when we go to your home, you have no business, the money is not there, you are even just there. We shall come with you. So I tell you, take us where the money is. That one, I want to show you people. Me, I don't know. I am not a person. I'm not type of a commissioner who talks different, who acts contrary. I tell you, I act what I have told you. I think during the operations for this Tagare and so on, we discussed here. I have been implementing the same things I told you with the police. And up to now, we are still implementing it with the police and the LCs. The things, they are working well. People are even calling me, they're saying RCC. At least in our area where they used to grab phones, it is not happening. And that is still stage 1. The stage 2 will be more harsh. Because we want to clean the town. We want people to work. Whether you don't have money, you work so that the money comes. Don't look for money to go and work. No. So, for the case of Emyooga, government has given you money, which you can even start business with. But deliberately, you don't make use of money properly. You just ate the money. That's where you are going to have a problem with us. Because you are not alone who needs the money. There are so many people out there who wanted to make use of that money. So this one, I need to be very clear. And why I'm here is to alert people. Whether you are going to escape, you can escape. It is better actually. Yes. Now, I request that I need to put some of these things in local language.
Yeah.
So that people should understand.
That's okay.
First of all, amamuta da jo. Reason mane mudo da mamu jojo Emyooga diga. Ajo fo Emyooga di liti amadi lu badisiko. Editi nyankole ni. Kini si akodi di grupo skills kan ku undu chodo zingado diki. Ki taro ibadi skill lagada ki ma grupu tra ki ma asosonji asosora gaga mendo diba il de ministère des million kalina o de ministère de febo e mi do sende de ayo lakini ajoko grupu di idi banu mve situation dai lakini ako sako dai idi do banki o banki di idi stage ngoga idi count ako count de anda jo impila do lagalo te count kisa so vedo ki count rusana ko count kido sa daw lakini adon ve constituency dagada o ba banki local dos banu ve sako dai sako di ki type la ki mudi dero count e loga sako ba garo njoba boroboda ro ribadi ndo sako ukozi ngaba suo gara badi ndo sako ba be asara nyinyiro vindo ndo gara badi ndo sako ba dribi chaba ba dribi liba badi ndo sako ba chobe badi ndo sako ode pivuri ndo sako leaders local leaders community gara badi ndo SACCOs bazi ngapi journalist ruri yidi vini chindo SACCO diki kipiri mudi dero te SACCO di ba fe milioni kalina na lakini SACCO ze ala da alo local elected leaders badidi iki ba iminde politician nyinyi ri badidi idodo ati cho idodo ro mea se mdo vukadoro MP kile kina lagayu SACCO dangada isenti badu banda milioni kalto mi sende di boro mi dova sibesara nga imogo avle so sende di piri million turto kalisu o fe di constituency alo si constituency alo tama no ve count wora impini do la gala so city diriga constituency amadi kinna ama constituency kinna riki aivu west aivu east azila do central division so meaning that the government inject sende icho adre billion alo alaga million 3 afazbe SACCO dikiaga sente di ba expect na sende rule bangazi and the program the president any that's why by nove presidential initiative idi idea undoa ale president and sende da jizo fezo ba anere kini sile ba fe sende ba pidi ba emayuki sende di si azingazo asko Uganda ga dey believe still oda any ba kalina do romi toro alogaki percentage kalina do romi ba di kinga still ata ziezi bani chonga kisi cho sende zi sudu alogara niyo kansko dollar zi mekido alora niyo now ba le sente di ba ko baki maza ba ko ba dake azaindi ba ko vagu biasara ngapi terima biasara ga capital longbo icho chakuri icho vini SACCO di joinera aya ajodi SACCO di method afazitadara girko bani chodo SACCO di chodo fizo ala ler ngoni ayo SACCO diga mi chofe direct malo do ma member SACCO de ni direct ni ko mi fio korisi mi di paris yada group ozida ada mbiraro ai do group da ma roof dale kan kuruni fe paris ma vosi kadu district ya ward ma vosi de du town ya emi ado eda baziri kan ku bakalina kan ku kaliri asko do baziri per kalina isabu imidira imi association nasi me association de register CD ovu certificate la de chi idede de register bo certificate do chi bo imidi ko imidi mu SACCO ma o se ambogo constituency yada for example katado boroboda association imidi paris imidi gara association anda echoke adoki chana sura ati choke do mudira kade market vendors ki produce ebe azir ki toralo association ndondo nyenyere de toralo kiro tramo SACCO de fomo imidi mi sende du ali futuriri ndi groupe imido sende di SACCO ada ba emini receipt fechi imido se cha member SACCO dani do cha member SACCO dani bo SACCO ga imidi vino oja leadership ope because leadership mean the SACCO dira kenda interim ba dupa ziki tata group ke ga rojo by manage ke kwa ile alo so ile alo dega ba expect do AGM kan annual general meeting ile alo ga meeting azia mbudare meeting dia ba members mo prikido association didiki emisho di media association ga leaders media association di secretary treasurer chairman ngono dikipe committee ebe ki di meeting AGM ambogo da attend bari ka ki di mu AGM ga lebo adi mu ile alo ka di chawo pa di mu leaders mo pisako di manager priki ba doko ope ba di ko doko pebo ki dedo leader SACCO diki kiezinga ile nana baba anda dele ulenda bar banga zilina ba vin election azide ilina ba election azide aya baka kimi leto ule nga tam kiri daga tam limit chiba tam limit daga chi ikadi tam kinga iribo micho di position ka anda da chair micho de chair ko kala ba cho de vini mi pe secretary kan ko treasurer ro micho de per da ko mi vini per daga da azira daga mi vini kinga iri ba cho vini mi pe da gidi ko ba mi o jazirga kadi ki dera micho de vini adre ko mi de ordinary member so election di kaki di yerobo categories leaders di badi kichi leaders zirki do management ga leaders zirki do loan committee azirki do auditing committee azire beta azirki supervisor committee auditors ebe So ba diki ki diamu association ni kendri asko association ki don member sako diki ki amundra association ba book ki ngoni bare ka kisendu subo kisender ki tambangoni books ki diki ado alarubo imi besera ki nga ki kendri ki diemu imidira ileta disende si imidi mi application ba imidi adia di leta signal tourna zir le tourto zir le millionnaire sender ki ba di ko mu baka disende di usu imidi association gada isabla de million naya to yani imidi application ni 6 million tauda vusi kan kuna da vusi fe sako ale sako kadi ne reasons imini sender les already authentic with your budget line iridi imini send they approve badi fela imidi association yada imidi miminga wa urete mini application ba da vusi palo la disende idris ezinga so anda ukodasi training anda ukodasi bale anda sende ma imbasu midayo mivini fe bazidi mivini ogovule ko go bavini fe bazidi
Okay.
so edi muchasa azia president yo sende di le badani imbasuku afadi enanda yori ile sende ma aba pivu ile alonje ba muvini fe bazidi banindo reason idiri ile ba me benefit ki sende dia sende de mazo ba ma besera adeni asli idenda sende de baji microfinance support ni sende kanko ministry finance di ni sende dani ko kala ile sende ministry ni de mavi ko because of sende ba ko bakeza rala sende ne maizo baki matimi voziti da so meaning that ili imeogana airi nusu de gole chana de aga so amata de expecti ba sende boro pirarki ugokenda sende ba dukitava abo ugokivini boy tota de drepalena.
Okay. Now, as you do that, let's also engage our dear listener.
Yes.
Now, this is the moment for you to also be part of the discussion. And of course, our studio lines are open. The numbers are 0776 51 1444. The other one is 0783 0017. And of course, 85. Be part of the discussion. Ask your question, your anything that you don't understand about. And of course, Deputy RCC is here in the studio to help us understand. Our first caller is already here. Hello? Yes. Mamukeri there. Yes, Moses Marachaningoni. Our default. Ne. Okay, I want for Moses. Okay, and you can as well call, ask your question, your comment, anything that is not clear about Emyooga, so that the deputy RCC will be able to help you and of course understand it better. The numbers are 077651 1444. The other one is 07830017, and of course 85. Ask your question or anything that is not clear. You can as well react to that as we wait for more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tamanjereni ama ayodibele sende baki misubo bazri.
Okay.
Uki sende di.
Just a minute. Hello? Okay. I'll call back again. The numbers are still open. 776 51 1444. The other one is 0783 0017, and of course 85. Hello? Yes, Taban. Mm. Mm. Okay. I have 4. And okay, RDC, I mean Deputy RDC will help you to answer that because he was also a farmer coordinator for the region for the same program. But of course, you also call, be part of the discussion, ask your question, your comment, anything that is not clear. This is the moment. Hello. Okay. Call back and be part of the discussion. You can as well react to. Okay, let's speak to this one first. Hello, UBC West Nile. Okay. If the other line is giving you a time, you try the other one. 776-511-444. The other one is 0783-001785. And of course, you can be part of the discussion. Hello? Okay. Let's react to that and then as we wait for more others.
Our 4 question in mini zidi kisi.
Okay.
Moses.
Let's speak to this one first. Hello? UBC. Hello? UBC West Nile. Okay. You still call back and of course be part of the discussion. Hello? Hey. Ngonia. Maladi adia. Yes, Samson Mingwa. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Pamia Zakora at 4. Samson. Okay. Hello? Yes. Can you... Yes, Julius Mingwa. Mm. 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 Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. At 4 minutes. Julius. Yes.
Thank you.
Hello? Yes, Moses. Mm. Okay. I have 4. All right. And hello? UBC West Nile. Hey. They are there. Yes, Ismail. UBC Nile allowed 4. Award 4. Iyo amaijo nze Emyooga madria. Emyooga. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Award 4. And you call and ask your question. Ijoka the olo the team megba mansi wadarakaka egata midringoni Emyooga madria so that you can be easily helped Okay, the number is 077651 and 444. The other one is 07830017 and of course 85. Ask your question, your comment, or anything that you want to understand about Emyooga. And of course, Deputy RCC will be in position to help. And good enough, he has been in the office. He was a former coordinator of this particular program in this region. And let's react to some of them, and as we wait for more.
Our reform members, ite mini zirikisi, zita den adekiche ukotoku. Te afaman ne diarari, baki masisile le ziju nizo, yo di dianichi. Meaning that ba beki viniju ni Emyooga duga kliriku.
Yeah.
Zita zi manne ban zirikisi. Te diki priyo ala ne kip asko bali yuni. Moses marachari yo, yi di marachari yari. Leaders i check and the in the clear the leku. Yodi ki chair and ile. Adansi den having the mukera if a man award for. You number ruja divini zisa the vutiru. Te edi cho afadi joining gun. Idi mo adivo. Moses imu komasolo of savo. Kam komasolo of savo bo. Komasolo of salami guidera. And the minimoga komasolo of savo da. Me expect mimu association ni imbranga di join oko. So me do member association ni from your Paris. Paris midida. Te divina de category mini ne azi mini chonga chura rivori. Adeni midilu mufi saro diniko. Ika ora de borobo de le mu fe association ni idi ba besera la ne de zo borobo darga. Ika de ba afazi nyaka chuwa di kuzibani ide le mu fi association nyaka da voria. Ika de fibo members da kiziki imi benefit and araya ikade for requirements ban le da kika kifebo eventually send the revolving fund ika benefit enduko drusi atakpere in near future mi benefitra because Emyooga adreni project agenda no safu direni irimi closera ajwa no safu 1 no safu 2 you Emyooga is a program that continues to grow because it is a business. You don't open business with the aim of closing it. You open a business with the aim of making it to grow to a bigger business. Meaning that all sako diki machaki as small banks in a community. Eventually in the future they can grow into bigger microfinance banks or microfinance institutions. Again, they will go into to become even a bank. That is the vision of this program. So meaning that it can benefit ku do me benefit. What is very important and crucial is that the leadership sako di badiri madeki ba with a vision. Le badeki ban a concept program di dey understand epi mukeri. Kake understand yara iminge benefit.
Okay.
Da Moses ni.
Yes, before you take that, let's also listen to another one. Hello? UBC? Okay. The numbers are still open. As they is reacting, you can as well call so that time is also running so that we shall help him and of course take us through some of the response. Hello? Yes, Moses. Okay. All right.
Ale yo Moses di room video atoti. Moses mi gida ki. Imi ba be gite mi cho modre group olwako. Because you mi mirisi afaki uzi kioskia. You are what is called entrepreneur. So you will go to entrepreneurs circle. Me the category da.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello? Yes. Yes, Jimmy. Our form Jimmy Mingwa.
Mama nika letewa na area mpaka yo au kasenda ya kile sana kata kwa such that it is a very strong signal that as the people are ika mi business ya aka no lipa ka ika masukari kwa aka bana ne chini sendera ni na kusukara kwa business kama nika program member ya riswaga abadiare mama kile basi ma laws india kadi kuka kicho mani cho lodi kibao atumi cho sita tarakili kastara ni yeku erano promeno original yangu ya no community kutule so dia kukia ni government mafasi career zina maria and in most cases is what the bad leaders they always look for all possible means to afazini injuazini communicate suda le message isende kimaliana so ani maka tetro ngayo ngondani maka kumadeto lakini government kama na kadri ya wadi lete kubangani su leaders imani basi bali ada katika yote na lakini su basi basi ni trepo ya data bali choki na basi ya kunikida iko kwa that's why misu government mapake saa bila ikista na on 15% ni mama ni abadi serious ni hapo tu afariki bazo 100% kitu ndasa ndasa ndema ndemi chikwa ni yosi so wanafanya program sasa azita dika amande ne bazi azita makuto wadi ki che baka bege stayo amande wa wani ndio kama bali ya lakini ninga azita basi ndani kinyawala azita baka yake opi ngon like bas azita kiyere ki with intention ule zo government the program ki sira so ati rasi suza pesa
Okay.
so our for programs
Yeah, our four, Jimmy. Okay. All right, and okay. If you still have also some issues, this is the moment you call, and we'll let him also, react to your concern. The numbers are 077651 1444. The other one is 07830017 and of course 85. You can do react to that.
Ya our phone Moses sitamani yoreni le bazira mamuko
Okay, or for minute Ismail. All right, and okay. Hello. Yes. Yes, Ondoga. Okay. Yeah, or the four. Ondoga. Okay. Yes, you can react to that and so that you tackle all of them.
Our phone amacha di question tabani vuria tabani mi iyo adansi dile mukandre mi vise tangana kadara ta de dernier abad dadi diku yo ma le lo meniri l'état dansi mi follow yo de mi But kaki me and Ribo kaki neme afalabo. Ika this send and they follow. And the money has a demand. There are so many people who wanted the money. You are the one to follow the money in Emyooga SACCO's office. Because you in Tanganyika, that Tanganyika is a word. Meaning that you are a member of an association. So it is the association which makes the membership of the SACCO. Then you are supposed to send the leaders to take your application to the SACCO so that I mean send the fee. Ikadilos adrede mega badi send the Jimmy for and then send the musukula mukosa danga imivo adeni bada pivuku. Aya macha Samson ni ubonya zi akorlalo zungarua city aya Samson man nirs maybe yoni Emyooga madriako. Emyooga is everywhere. Imivu ubonya da constituency ubongi de andalo. I think by then it was only one constituency. So you had the 18 circles, which means 540 million bafendo ubongi dara. So back at the understand that for ubongi dara, I believe Lenda in Nijo send it there. Send the never for UPDF in Nico. Because UPDF keep their civil servants. But the salary issue, Michon send the so with us. Unless it can the business produce and to Achi. Menda I send the Surula in the names of the produce, not in the names of that position you have. So Micho and send the issue UPDF Roko. Me send the issue me business in it Chika.
Okay, let's add this one
Yes.
as well. Hello.
The group of Sakongoi. Okay, fila Sako mivuringo e. Inra problem diari milo yola imechi lati, but which category of Sako? Because first of all, association allow register in line with that particular Sako.
Yes.
Adeni mimi register imjo ama association ga ali Emyooga basende lako. Emyooga basende enterprise. You know, Emyooga is in such a way that it has so many enterprises, 18. So which category of the enterprise do you belong? So ikala kozi register because there is Emyooga money there. Without knowing where you belong, you will not get it. That is the fact. So mitanga money explain ya clearly mata animine guidance fendo because Emyooga is a continuous process. At a certain you can still join Emyooga, you will benefit. Yeah. Bazi diari di Julius Jotara from Aivu that some members took this money as their own money. Why? Look, send the doy banlaro ata like the bas bedeko and the leaders azirki gaki meeting on versi. You know, when you demand members, these people are elected by you. Leaders Sako Didiki, they are elected by the association members. Because association members are the owners of the SACCO. They represent, you know, they are in the SACCO as members. Me association they do in the names of piracy. The member SACCO. If la leaders give me the problem, you are supposed to write. Me tabana su me waragas complaints. When you bring this complaint in the office of the RDC will call the commercial officer. Say, please, you call these people, ask them why they are not calling for meeting. People want meeting. And the meeting, purpose meeting in Corregidor is to is to give accountability, to check the progress of what the leaders are doing. So if the leaders are failing, you know, if they are failing to account, meaning that they are underperforming, so they are subject to be removed. Only that during the AGM, annual general meeting. And during the annual general meeting, we expect the commercial officer to be there. Because it is the commercial officer who conducts the business during the AGM. The mini guidance he prevail over the election. He conducts the election. The election is conducted in the presence of the commercial officer. He is also the technical person who will guide the members on what to do. To give clear roles and duties of each category of a leader. You know, those the categories of the leaders like loan committee, supervisor committee, auditors and so on. It is the commercial officer who will give you a clear roles of these people. So imi make sure at the key imi ga accountability fombe kaki ga meeting umvombe, you write a complaint. Even before coming to the RDC or RCC's office, you can first approach the commercial officer to make sure that the commercial officer by someone by the officer just like, hey, you people, this business you are doing is not going right. What is happening? Go and do ABCD. When these people fail to do, you will now write a complaint, formal complaint to the office of the RCC, which the RCC is the chairman of the task force committee of the Emyooga program. So Kadisibo, I don't think we shall fail to really do something unless Egudaka Aparaka, Tegudaka Adachi within Yani, we shall compel him to account. Yes. The for question Afani Ziri, I think that one was from Jimmy. Julius. That was from Julius from Aivu. As in Moses did move it the Abu Moses is the question Kimingi. There is Jimmy Iwata. First of all, Jimmy appreciatera your adansi in nerisi your man jedi fi idriara and the gamete we even be joking ga teo in neri laws kiba infoskiko police kichi kedela te police ngaki di belezi mukeko enforcement chako. It is true, enforcement ijo di pidivuru chako at times misu aguki politics ejijo di kega mingi medwara sisiru michotache beedi bayo skila azakora. The times we work in collaboration, in coordination, cooperation with the office of the politicians. At times we don't want to overshadow them. We give them also benefit of their role. We expect them to also have any input. So times midibeli issue leaders giving your in chances ingobi onje community debe kaki mu onjera fekibanva at times feedback because we expect you to also to give a feedback as a leaders. Office of the RCC, we are representative of the central government. We are not representative of the local government. The representative of the local government of the people are the office of the LC5 chairman, office of the mayor, office of the LC3s, the key community ba members ki ma representative. So, amai choto tiyozi du divini urutoko amata bele expecti. The politician ba yoke amani yor on the dira yor ocha onji. Please, RCC try to take it over. Can ko RDC nu binge yon mazako. Then there amaniara there is already cooperation, coordination we enforce. Ata misusa azega ekali yozi enforce. Ikavini coordination tabani yodi tichita de ikavini ba office de beko. You realize a lot of issues of conflict of interest. At times the wrangles will start to rise up. But in my method of work, I don't want to fight with the politicians. Can mayor, can even councillor, can go, and that's not my method of work. I like an engagement, a dialogue to see how to address issues. And open-mindedness. If we don't open our minds and our heart, we may not address these challenges. So therefore, man nersi Jimmy Anderson, you're the clearly, you're the film Diara, you're in a guards, let in arrest the police, and this is where we are heading to. Because send the Adiba Madria almost 3 years ago. Send the then send the Ziganico. Sent over 1.6 billion government fed. Send the back at the Ayomuke. Bazir Mayo, Azir Mafazir, Disasata, group was Banula Sudabana Yorle. By this time, send the tower in over 4 billion. Because if 30 million has grown to 100 million, that is almost 200% increment. Now, meaning that send the third over 3 billion. So send the Latanga, impact Lata the Great, Tabama Zakora. Agutanda send the dopi million torchota do mudra, dopi alurichota do ira, dopi altorchota do million alora. So we ma appreciate ani Jimmy ma observation dara weakness amavo as the government kikivini warwarechi. Amachoni yoraki yoki yoniko kichi. But at times weakness Madri divini anga divini community badile course minira Emyooga ma office started ya memuso after 1 week or after 1 month after 1 year Emyooga ma office o jai parezia office kadi o jarobo sakura ka location na ka o jarobo leta bara masi waraga that from this location A we have shifted to location B so that am to imendira am many guidance ki fera challenges ki back address ikaimi zidale then you will make us not do our our obligation so idiba idea da ava nira namba ziri ya umvia Ismail
Yeah, let's first talk to this one. This one has been calling for long.
Yes.
Hello. Me.
By the way, you people don't joke. But you children,
Other.
citizen of this country. Yes, it's a mistake there, but these people were trained legal politicians and policies.
Good.
Stick on it. You got changes skin there.
Okay. Okay. Jimmy. Oh. Jimmy, time is running so fast, but of course, thank you so much for your concern. It is noted.
Ward 4.
Yes.
Ismaili from Madiokolo. Ismaili yo adansi yo manager di clear. Yo di fi idiara. Yo di diari. I donda tidi afarima yo ifolora. Yo ze amudi vindo afi vutiru. Yo de choki di fi idiara. Yo jadi ini fote. So Jimmy, I mean for Ismail, your man lo minere. Iyo zi idria izeniyo. Afamine yo mine na pi difficult rakit beli police government ba yora maza kozorki. Policy ide ayota adiro kumivura be. Mivo kwa de ka ba ezo anje ma fie kwa seiri. Inidi. Zo anje ka fisa su inidi. Ika ezo anje ma fisa mudri niri tudi. Zo anje ka fisa inidi. Weakness da la de mini. Le ba ma stick to that policy. Da yota mivo kumi di tambazori.
Okay.
So ikadomu yo de clear ko ke opopo mi mva pi ka ke yodile afarla fe di mi weakness ida.
All right.
So
now time is not our best friend right now, but of course just in 1 minute, apart from the Emyooga, what are the issues that you would like to address to the community of Arua City, just briefly, and we conclude.
Our 4 of community members mavu Arua City adi. This time I've seen people becoming very compliant. When we started initiating issues of, trying to fight a bit of corruption, coming to issues of theft, thuggery, and so on. People are commenting very well. A few are trying to, trying to become obstacles. For me, I am focusing on doing the right thing at the right time. When you think what we are doing is not right, you come and tell us how we are supposed to do it. Then we shall see how we go about. More especially recent issues in relation to issues with minister ni dia Nemuzo dia fazi bikru dia abu be backing one of the kega bazi biki commenters ki be fe unjia zile allegations ki ba ingoni yo daki they were even almost beyond us. Because when the minister from the office of the president has come to do his or her work. Now, is executing the mandate and the directives of the president, my friend, don't bring us closer to that. We might just be giving an information with evidence. We cannot now go into these issues of, that is not our work. But again, we are also, as the office of the central government, the office of the president, we are mandated to even to institute an arrest when the evidences are there.
Yeah.
That is also there. It is within our mandate. But if it is us doing it, put the issue before us. But if it is another person from also the office of the president or from the ministry, you also channel your grievances to that person. We should not work in fictions. Let us work in principle and also in policies. Lastly, I want to appreciate the police. I want to appreciate the police of Arua City, even the region, the leadership of the region, of the police. That as the work we have been doing with you is so superb. Because when we agreed with them that when suspects are brought, we don't give them police bond anyhow, unless it is necessary. Though the police bond is the right of the person, but there are some culprits. Someone has been arrested more than 10 times, being a suspect of thuggery, thief. You just want this person to be released. That one will not work. So police is cop up with us. We are working with them very well. And the LC1 chairpersons in the city and LC2s. But they are my chitira, who go to Kibaka Bebo. But they will go to Onjak, recommendation under LC Anosi. In Ibaziko, Mijoini Richi, Elegubo for the LC Cookies on the pop. So I am very happy the way LCs are doing things. LCs, you are now clear headed people. Me, I pledge to work with you. The police, I pledge to work with you. Even to the extent the state attorney's office, the DPP's office, this time, they can sanction the files very well. The files have been taken to court. People, if someone is to access his or her justice, he goes to court. And that one is very clear. So the blaming game is no longer there. The issues of sugarcoating, someone is good, you give a recommendation after when you have been appreciated, and that one is no longer working. But I mean, there's give me compromise your mind, that one will not work. Okay. And in my office, I want to assure people, I've come to work, whether I'm going to work here for 2 months, 3 months, I don't mind.
Okay.
I am going to do my work without fear or favor.
All right.
Yes.
And let's conclude that with your parting shot, the last word, because time is not our best friend. In just 30 seconds, you can do that.
Award 4, award 4 from Bogoro, UBC ni Saturday da my hosti, mani information ni pass community ni, government programs ki fair, baki anini ado area, mabaki sensitize, yo mini yedi yo mukela. We want to appreciate you as the institution of a media. You always allow us to come and sensitize the community, to give issues of security, to sensitize people on the government programs. This is the way to go. We are always available to do that. I have a number of issues. I have come with a fresh vision for this city, for this central division, let me say, because I have someone who supervises generally is there. But my vision, my conscience has told me, if I am to execute my mandate, let community accept me to do the work. They will come and appreciate as time goes. They will say that RCC, the deputy, you are doing a right work at the right time. Okay. Thank you so much, moderator.
All right. That is Ham Muzamil Ezama, who is the deputy